The direct answer to your question is yes. A car will start with a bad alternator, provided your battery is fully charged and in good health, but it will not run for long. You must think of your car starting like lighting a match, and running the car like keeping a campfire going. The battery strikes the match, so if the battery has energy, the engine will fire up. However, once the engine is running, the alternator is responsible for feeding the fire. Consequently, if the alternator is dead, the car will run strictly off the remaining energy stored in the battery. Once that drains, which usually happens within 5 to 30 minutes depending on the electrical load, the car will die and will not restart. To understand why this happens, you need to understand the technical handover process in your vehicle's electrical system. The workflow begins with the ignition or battery phase. When you turn the key, the battery sends a massive surge of amperage to the starter motor to crank the engine. Next is the handover or transition phase, where the starter disengages as soon as the engine catches and runs on its own. Finally, the operation or alternator phase begins, where the serpentine belt spins the alternator, which generates electricity to power the ignition coils, fuel pump, radio, lights, and computers, while crucially sending excess power back to the battery to recharge what was lost during the start. An easy way to visualize this is the water tank analogy. Imagine your battery is a water tank and the alternator is a water pump. Starting the car requires opening a massive valve at the bottom of the tank to turn a water wheel, which represents the starter. Once the wheel is turning, the pump, or alternator, kicks on to refill the tank and supply water to the rest of the house. If the pump fails, you can still turn the wheel initially if the tank is full, but eventually, the tank runs dry and everything stops. You can analyze what is happening by looking at 3 specific scenarios. In scenario A, where you have a bad alternator but a fully charged battery, the outcome is that the car starts normally and sounds strong. However, shortly after starting, you will likely see the battery icon light up on the dashboard, and as you drive, electrical components like the radio, AC fan, and windows may become sluggish. The headlights will dim, and eventually, the engine will misfire and stall because the fuel pump and spark plugs lose power. In scenario B, involving a bad alternator and a dead battery, the car will not start, and you will hear a rapid click, 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 or silence. The trap here is that if you jump-start the car, it might run for a minute while connected to the donor car, but as soon as you disconnect the jumper cables, the engine will die immediately, which is a definitive sign the alternator is not generating power to sustain the engine. In scenario C, the car starts but dies shortly after. You might drive a few miles and it dies while moving. This is the most dangerous scenario because the alternator likely failed previously unnoticed, and you have been driving strictly on battery reserve. The battery has now reached critical voltage, usually below 10 volts, causing the car's computer to shut down to save itself. To determine which part is actually at fault, you can consult a diagnostic checklist of symptoms comparing a bad battery against a bad alternator. Regarding the start, a bad battery typically results in a slow crank, rapid clicking, or silence, whereas a bad alternator allows for a normal strong crank if the battery is charged, but trouble follows shortly. For dash lights, a bad battery might cause the battery icon to stay on in accessory mode or flicker on start, but with a bad alternator, the battery icon stays illuminated while the engine is running. Headlights will be dim when the engine is off and might brighten when it starts if the battery is bad, but with a bad alternator, lights start bright but get dimmer the longer the engine runs or stay dim when revving. Regarding smells, a bad battery can smell like rotten eggs or sulfur indicating overheating or leaking, while a bad alternator often smells like burning rubber or a hot wire, indicating a seized bearing or slipping belt. Noises with a bad battery are usually silent other than the starter click, while a bad alternator may produce whining, growling, or grinding sounds from the front of the engine belt area. Finally, accessories like the radio and windows work fine once the car is running with a bad battery, but with a bad alternator, windows are slow, the radio cuts out, or weird electrical gremlins appear while driving. If you are safe and off the road, you can perform DIY troubleshooting tests to confirm the diagnosis. The first is the headlight load test, which requires no tools. Start the car, park it with the emergency brake on, turn on your headlights and rev the engine to about 2,000 RPM by pressing the gas pedal lightly. If the lights get brighter when you rev the engine, the alternator is likely good because it is responding to engine speed, meaning the issue is likely a bad battery holding no charge. If the lights stay dim or get dimmer, the alternator is likely bad because it is not generating increased voltage. The second test is the multimeter voltage test, which is the professional standard. Set your multimeter to DC volts on the 20V scale. With the engine off, touch the probes to the battery terminals. The result should be 12.4V to 12.7V, and if lower, you should charge the battery. With the engine on, touch the probes to the terminals again. The result should be 13.5V to 14.5V. If the reading is below 13.5V or identical to the resting voltage, the alternator has failed and is not charging. If it reads over 15V, the regulator is blown and is overcharging, which is also dangerous. There are immediate recommendations and safety alerts you must follow. First, be aware that if your car stalls while driving due to alternator failure, you will lose power steering and power brakes, making the car very heavy to steer and very hard to stop. So keep a safe distance from other cars. If you are currently stranded, do not turn the engine off once it is started unless you are in a safe location, as it will likely not restart. You must conserve power by turning off the radio, air conditioning or heater fan, heated seats, and phone chargers immediately because every amp counts. Follow the jump rule. If you need a jump start to get going but the car dies immediately when the cables are removed, do not try again. You need a tow truck because the alternator is completely dead. If you need to get to a shop and it is less than 5 miles away and the car starts, you might make it if you drive conservatively. However, if the shop is further away, call a tow truck, because driving on battery power alone is unpredictable and you risk stalling in a dangerous intersection or on a highway off-ramp. Remember that replacing an alternator is routine, but driving with a bad one can ruin a perfectly good battery by draining it to zero. So if you suspect the alternator, address it immediately to avoid paying for both parts.